Look how peaceful you are
See,
today.
I was trying to not to make you laugh this episode. I thought I want to be
Very
normal.
calm.
Yes. And you thought.
Welcome back. Welcome back to the Always Right podcast. I'm author Carissa DeLay.
And I'm author Jamie Vendera. I was trying to have that.
Today.
I guess it was more radio voice.
Yes. Like more of a narrator. Well, that sounded awful.
That's a good try.
That was a good one. Anyways, we are going to take this episode because this is Thanksgiving. We don't want to take your time away from your family, but we do want to do a shout out for a lot of things that we are thankful for. To get started, let's start with...
I got one. I'm thankful that we're not going to do 45 minutes because I want to get upstairs and eat some turkey.
Well, okay, what is your favorite food? Turkey? Is that your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Yeah, a lot of people are hammies. I'm turkeys. I just love turkey.
We don't do ham on Thanksgiving.
A lot of
we
people
do turkey.
love ham. Yeah, and you're from Southern Ohio, and you never did a lot of ham. I've had
ham for Christmas ham.
No, I know people do ham for turkey or ham for turkey. Ham for Thanksgiving.
I know people that do lobster and stuff and don't do any of the normal
really?
Yeah, they're like, I don't want that kind of stuff. So
I don't want
turkey.
Yep. Yep.
All right. Thankfulness. All right. Who are you thankful for today, Jamie? In your author world, why are you blinking like that?
I'm thankful that my screen locked up, and when it finally came back, you said, "Why are you blinking like that?" You went,
because I was like, "Is he frozen?" I saw you blinking.
Wow. No, I thought I was frozen too, because you're like, "I'm gonna," and then you were frozen for like 13 seconds or something. I'm thankful you're back.
You're funny.
Yeah, I'm thankful for Spectrum Internet. All right, let's. That didn't sound too convincing, did it? What are you thankful for?
I asked you first.
Oh, I'm thankful for Rich Dalglish. Honestly, he's really at the top of my list. I've grown so much as a writer, and I hated you in the beginning, Rich. You already know that, the way you did my first book, the way you did Crisis Artifact, and just gutted it, but it turned out really good.
You add him sometime.
Yeah, that's what you get,
Rich. Bro.
But the funny thing is, it didn't miss it. I read off, it was like, what did he take out? Oh, I'm redundant, like the episode we did, ages ago. No, I am thankful. Over the years, when I wanted to become an author, I've had a lot of people that led me along this lines. And honestly, the first person was Molly Burnside. I was good friends with her husband, and she developed websites, and she's like, you write a book. Well, I can dabble in that. She found Lightning Source for me. I would not be with LSI if it wasn't for her, biggest printing company in the world, So I'm glad, when we first met, it didn't go. You went and did your own thing, but I'm glad we got back together, and look where we are now with this podcast. Rich, Daniel does the interior design. I always like a tight circle, and even over the years, I've had other people come to me, I can do your interior design. I can do your website. I can do this. No, I love the family that I have. And they've always been there for me. I'm getting choked up. And no, I've just been very, very lucky to put this team together, because I tried my first book. I was trying to figure it out, even as an ebook, like trying to code HTML and do all this. I'm like, this is before you could buy a PDF, or before Kindle existed. And I thought, I'm never going to be able to do this, but I have been so blessed for all of these people to fall in my life. So again, I'm thankful for Molly, for you, for Daniel, for Rich. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but like the small team. So if I'm forgetting somebody, you can tell me. But
I'm gonna.
Huh? Okay, who am I forgetting?
I'm gonna tell you. You're forgetting your wife who put up with you all these times.
Oh my gosh, that's a given. You know what? Because
because my husband's at my top my list. Because when I had my dream of this story, I went to him, and he's like, "Do it." He was my first and always my go-to support. So he's the person that said, "We'll write it."
Okay.
He believed in me before I was even doing it.
So now I'm gonna get grounded, because it was when I was thankful, I was thinking professional and up in there. But no, honestly, when I first started writing my book, Raise Your Voice, she was always there. She was always cracking. But we've had some knockdown dragouts over it. And I know she didn't mean to be mean about this, but she was right. I would write, and I'd get mad, and I'd put the book away, because it took me 4 years to do Raise Your Voice. And one day she's like, either freaking finish it or shut up about it. One way or the other, like, get off your butt and finish this. And it just clicked, and it's like, okay. And I knocked it out. And then I'm always running stories by her, and she's like, yeah, because she's into a lot of fantasy and werewolves and stuff. So yes,
Yeah.
I'm thankful for
Do
my
you have her?
mom.
Do you have her read your work?
No, you know what? I'm not thankful for that because she don't. That's what kills me. It's like my son or all his friends when he's in high school is like, you take voice lessons with your dad? No, it's like when you're really close. Sometimes you don't. So I don't push her if she's read some. If she don't want to read it, I don't push her. But she'll go read 100 werewolf books. I'm like,
Wow.
I know. So now you know why I didn't put her first on the
Maybe I should
list.
take her back.
Yeah.
Take no back. What is it? No takey backs or whatever.
No, I'm thankful for my mom. She always pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was younger, I was taking electromechanical engineering in college, and I thought my buddy's going out to Hollywood to study at Musicians Institute guitar. Wish I could go study voice. And she's like, if that's what you want to do, boom.
Mm-hmm.
And I left.
Yeah. All right. I'm thankful, of course, for my husband for believing me from the very get-go. I never had written before, to the point where it's like I didn't have a history of writing. And I come at him and say, I think I want to write a book. Here's the storyline. He's like, and he's just like, do it. Go do it. Like, support me, like, the whole way through. And so, yeah, definitely he's my number one. My second would definitely be Louetta for introducing me to you. So thank you, Louetta. And then obviously you, because you put me in the direction of Rich and all these different things, and now here we are. As far as when it comes to specifically my books, all my fans who've read my books and given me, the gumption to keep writing, and people who come to me like, I need this, those people who read my first book and didn't tell me about all the bad things that I did and made me feel good about putting it out there. Thank you. I can remember my friend Jenny Massey, her son Evan. We were having my first book signing, and she told her son, this is on a weekend. She said, "You can either clean your room or you can read this book." And he chose to read my book and became a book fan. And then he would tell people, he's like, "There's this book, you guys got to read this." And it was one of my daughter's friends. She's like, so Evan Massey told me to read this book, and it's so good. And my daughter's in the car. She's like, "Are you talking about Crystal Gate?" And she's like, "Yeah." She's like, "My mom wrote that." She didn't even know. And yeah, I had like this whole, it was great. Those are the people that put a fire in me to keep writing, if that makes sense. I'm very thankful for those people from the very beginning who saw the potential in my writing. My friend Christine, I can always, bat off to her and say, I want to do this, this, and this. And she's like, yes, but I can't tell her too much, but she'll always take a chapter and always read and give me great feedback. And I'm thankful for the community of people in the author world who keep reading alive. You're just shaking your head. What are you doing?
I'm just waiting for you to continue to go on, and then you
I'm
stop.
just
I
thinking
was
of all
like,
the people I'm thankful for.
no, you're inspiring me because I here I am thinking in my mind, I was thinking, oh, the team,
The
forgetting
inner
about my
circle,
wife,
yeah.
my mom. But I mean, you're right, because I write a lot of nonfiction books. So I cannot tell you how many singers over the years have been like, wow, you don't understand what your book, Raise Your Voice, has done for me. Or I've had, and I'm not making this claim, so the medical association knows, but I've had so many people read the Ultimate Breathing Workout, countless emails, phone calls. Current students are like, wow, I've been doing your program and I'm an asthmatic and I'm feeling like I can breathe easier. This is insane. So just the fact that, somebody's, rebalanced their voice, they're singing better, they're breathing better, is definitely why I do this. I actually just got back from Poland and I had this shirt. I'm forgetting what it said, but it's like, you are the reason I teach. Because I'm going over and working with, I went over and I worked with Dr. Denizoglu, and there was other singers and vocal coaches there, and it is true. So we can have a shirt that says, you are the reason I write. It's not just to get this story that's in our mind out, but it's to have an intimate connection with you on a reading level to inspire you. Maybe somebody's read Crystal Gate and they had a story, but they didn't have a confidence to write it. but they met you at a book signing, and just one thing you said to them inspired them, and now they're becoming a writer. And we know this
Yeah.
happens.
And that actually brings me to the authors that I'm thankful for, the ones who I like to that inspire me to write my style of writing. Stephanie Meyer, Dan Brown. Those are people that I like to read because their story structure and how they build their characters is a lot like I like to write. I'm thankful for those types of writers who inspire that it's okay to write differently. It's okay to write not like this type of person. You don't have to be a Stephen King. You don't have to be, a Nathan Hawthorne. You don't have to write everything exactly like someone else does. I'm thankful for the authors out there that put out books that are against the grain.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily think Terry Brooks is against the grain. I mean, for somebody I'm thankful for, but
No, but he's somebody that inspired your inner imagination to put it on page.
Absolutely. I mean, so much that I don't tour with this band because we're busy, but we formed Angel Fire East, and a lot of every song we write for that band, like Forbidding or Fallen, is about a part of one of his books. So that's like major inspiration. So yes, Terry, I'm very thankful for you.
Yeah, and I guess against the grain was when I'm using that against the grain. Dan Brown put out Da Vinci Code, which was kind of like very controversial, but it created this whole like whispering and talking of like, is it real? Da da da. And then Stephanie Meyer putting out diamond glittery vampires that people are like, that's not vampires. Okay, people that just write their stories, that kind of thing. I also want to thank the people who started buying books again.
No kidding.
People who stopped necessarily always putting it on Kindle. Not that Kindle's a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying. But to pick up because we put in a lot of work for our covers and to have that cover printed, I'm thankful for people who purchase books again.
Yeah, it's even like with the records. Everyone's all about the LPs now. Everything is coming back around. I'm seeing a rising in print book again. Just to go into a bookstore and to smell the book, to feel it in your hands, is just a wonderful experience.
Yeah, keeping bookstores alive. I mean, that's the thing. We go to Barnes and Noble and Books a Million. We go to Books a Million off a lot more because there's one nearby. But we love going in there and smelling a bookstore and having these things. It's nice to know that people want books again. So thank you for like Book Talk and these other books of Instagram, places that are sharing books and getting the word out. The readers, the people who are inspiring people to pick up a book again.
I'm thankful for my iPads.
Which I convinced Jamie this morning to buy another one to be here tomorrow.
Yes.
Is it tomorrow or Wednesday?
Tomorrow.
Or when? Yeah, okay.
Yes, I did say that, and then something said now it'll be here tomorrow. But it's just...
I told you. I literally told you, because you're like, if it could be here before blah, blah, blah. And I was like, if you order on the Apple store, it will be here probably tomorrow.
And everyone said, why are you thankful for another iPad? Well, we are both...
thankful for technology.
We're both Apple ladies. I do all my podcasts and my writing on this iPad. I have another one for recording, but I also do what's called MIDI recording. So I'll do MIDI programming. And I was like, man, these are iPad Pros. They're too big for me. I need something smaller that I can take with me when I'm traveling. And I was on the fence. And I was like, the new one's got the Apple Intelligence. And I'm like, I've been wanting it for 2 days. And you're like, just buy it right off. I was like, yeah, you're right.
I will never talk anybody out of not buying something from Apple. Like, even if you have one, like, you still need a second one. Yeah. Apple products, I will always promote. But that is the thing I should further is from that statement, I'm thankful for technology because we can have our books printed way faster. We don't have to slide in the little numbers like we used to, or letters and stuff back in the printing press days. We can get multiple copies out easier. I'm thankful for technology that gets our book out social media wise. Thankful for all the things that allow us to be writers at an easier level. Speaking of, like you're saying, your iPad or whatever writing device you use. My first book was written on an iPad. And I remember I went to a writing event with, I think there were like maybe 7 or 8 authors there. And we were in like this big square in the Portsmouth Library. And I was at this thing and all my stuff, I like to do like a decorative table. I like to do all these cool stuff with my table. And this gentleman came up to me and we've met him at one of his writing events. But he said, how did you like, how did you write that so quickly? Because I did my first book in 9 months. I said, all on my iPad. He's like, well, how do you write on your iPad? And I explained to him how to use the technology so many years ago because I had my iPad, I had the little typing area. And I was like, yeah, there's a book format. You can literally format it to do your book. So that was 2011. Now, fast forward with AI, there are going to have a lot of integrated systems that's going to make your writing a lot easier when you're using an iPad to write your book.
You
Yeah.
Grammarly, Pseudo-Write,
Mhm.
so we're thankful for these apps and
Mhm.
these websites that make things so much easier.
Yes. So those are things that we have to give a shout out to. We're very thankful for the ability to write easier and, get our work out.
Now, since you're on apps, let me see what app I'm thankful for because we actually do this. I'm thankful for CapCuts, honestly, because we have to put out the videos on Instagram like, hey, we have a new episode coming out this week, or check out episode this. And the technology's
Oh,
just exploded. It's
yes.
so easy. And there's
So
new.
thank you, Riverside.
We'll have to do. Yes, thank you, Riverside. We're using that over other companies.
Format
for doing our things. But technology is advancing so much. I'm sure we'll do another one for Thanksgiving next year. And we'll be thankful for these apps that use AI to create videos based on your story. We are slowly starting to venture into that realm where, she may take a prologue from one of her books and put it in here and it spits out a mini movie. Because book trailers have been around for years. I did one for Crisis Artifact well over 10 years ago, and it's so rudimentary. But now you could almost do full-fledged movies with these apps.
That is a topic we should do as book trailers because that's something you've done, but something I have not done. I've wanted to do a book trailer, and I think maybe for Canvas I will do that.
Yeah, there's a new. I don't remember what the app is because it don't load to my screen. I download. We will definitely dive into this because I'm going to start making book trailers with another service that we use, like Pseudo-Write, and want them for everything. And then maybe we'll influence other authors to start doing that, or maybe we'll just build our own movie.
Speaking of Pseudo-Write, I also think it's necessary to thank all of our guests that we've had on.
Absolutely.
Our Pseudo-Write guests, our
authors.
Dr. Dotrey.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah. Dr. Daughtry. I almost said Dr. Daughtry. It's Dr. Doe Daughtry.
Dr. Daughtry.
Dr. Daughtry. All the authors, Catherine Horsley. We've had
Jeff Rivera. We've had Danny Black.
Yes. We've had Willow.
So many different.
We've had Allison Richmond. We've had several people on that have contributed to this podcast, coming on and sharing their stories and giving insight to other authors. We're also thankful for our listeners who keep this podcast going, give us feedback. Those who I see in the analytics that are watching every week, I can see all the numbers on there. When I go through the episodes, people that are subscribing to us on YouTube, thank you. So those are the things I feel like as a podcaster and as authors, we need to remember and be thankful for. Because without these types of things and people in our life, none of this is really going to, progress or be possible.
Correct.
Yes.
Well, I'm thankful for this podcast. I'm thankful for my podcasting partner. I have a great time doing this.
Yes, thank you. I'm thankful for, like I said, I did say I was thankful for you earlier, but I am thankful that you show up
sometimes
fully hydrated.
Yep.
All right. So hopefully you're enjoying Thanksgiving today, whether you are feeding the hungry or you're feeding your family or you're doing both. Hopefully you are having a great day, taking this time for this 20-ish minute video so we can say thank you to you and to all of our listeners and all of our fans that read our books and everything out there. We want to say thank you to you. And if you want to listen to more, you can go to the Always Write Podcast by going on our website, hit allwayswritepodcast.com, or you can go to our email, alwayswritepodcast@gmail.com, and you can send us your whatever. Just send us something.
Your book.
Yeah. Send hey, I'm writing this book. Can I get some feedback? Yes. We love doing that. That's actually something I feel helping other authors has been truly edifying for me in my life, is being able to help other authors get to a certain point where they feel like I can do this. I can write more. I like that. I've had several that we've not even had on here that are like, hey, I want to know your thoughts, and then I'll give my thoughts, and I'm like, it's going to be completely honest, but I'm thankful to be able to do that for people.
I'm thankful that I'll be feeding my face here in the next 5 minutes. Because you said feeding others or feeding your family, and you forget about feeding my face. So,
Yes. All right. So go have some cranberry sauce, some corn casserole, some turkey lurkey,
don't have any of
stuffing.
that
And
nasty stuff. What is cranberry sauce?
I said that in the beginning. Cranberry sauce is okay. We are going to have a problem.
Why? I don't like it.
Cranberry sauce.
Really?
There's one from Kroger. Listen, we don't have a Kroger here, but there's one in Kroger that is so good. It's a cranberry celebration, and you go in there, and it's like cranberries and apples and walnuts.
And you know what's weird? I love that. I'm talking about the little purple stuff that
You're talking about cranberry jelly.
maybe it's like a cranberry. You know, they always.
And it goes, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah, I hate that.
Well, that's different. That's a gelatinous thing.
Okay.
No, you need to try the cranberry salad.
Well, no, I can dig that. I love almonds. I love cranberries.
Yeah, I think it's got walnuts maybe in it and like some other stuff, but it's over there at Kroger in the cheese, like the fancy cheeses, like the wine cheeses and stuff. And it's a cranberry celebration. They have it this time of year. It is delicious.
Yeah, no, I can
It's got
dig
apples.
that. It's that little. What is this little side? And you have your turkey, and they get.
I already told you. Yeah, it's the cranberry jelly.
Is it a jelly? The little purple.
It's like it comes in a can and always has the little round ridges from where it shapes the can.
I'm done. I'm not feeding my face now. I'm grossed out.
No.
So, and I can eat about anything. So. All right, I'm hungry.
All right.
So.
Okay. All right. Thank you again for listening. And as always, I'm author Carissa DeLay.
I'm author Jamie Vendera. And always right.
Thank you.